Fred 2, Night of the Living Fred. Oh my god, this is embarrassing. I grew up as a big fan of Fred Figglehorn and his antics. I watched all his videos, bought this shitty toy, popped off when he showed up on iCarly, and eagerly awaited his big movie. And as I recalled it, I loved the Fred trilogy as it came out, and even sat through that Nickelodeon show he got. But shortly after that, I started to age out of Fred and didn't look back. But now seems like a good time to face the ghosts of my past. It's October after all, and Fred's second movie, which was always my favorite, happened to be Halloween themed. Sort of. I mean, we get a flashback to an event on Halloween, and the whole thing has a spooky theme to it, so it all works out. We're fine. This is getting in on the same technicality as Deadly Friend. Anyhow, now that I'm far removed from my Fred phase, do I still like this movie? Do I? What the fuck do you think? Obviously, yes. No! It was terrible! This movie couldn't even be saved by my nostalgia for it! First off, I hate Fred. I have to admit it. Fuck him. I completely understand now why everyone else hates him. He is ungodly annoying. You're supposed to kind of sympathize with him because he gets picked on, but he really doesn't have a lot of redeeming qualities to him. He's very judgmental, harsh, unreasonably arrogant, and has a knack for breaking the fourth wall and dropping some terrible jokes. I guess he tries to be a hero and kill a vampire to save people, but in doing so, he just causes havoc and makes the whole town go after Mr. Devlin, forcing him to move out. Then again, the twist ending reveals that he really was a vampire this whole time, so I guess Fred actually did save the town. You know what? I take it back. This train of thought has made me realize that Fred is a great protagonist and hero. By the way, Kevin is the GOAT. All of the actually decent jokes are handed to him, and the actor is killing it. Gotta love that me shirt. That's a Chadley move right there. And hey, you know what? Fred starts it this time. He comes over to Kevin's party, he snoops around, and he makes fun of Kevin's hair. Maybe Fred's the bully. Fuck off, Fred. I think your hair is just fine, Kevin. I take it back. I hate Fred again. Fucking asshole. This movie lives and dies on how you feel about Fred. So if you don't like him, you're basically fucked. Because this movie loves him and lets him have his badass moments of triumph, which I just hated. He's also so desirable that he ends up in a love triangle with Bertha and the new girl Talia. Ooh, I'm sure the shipping wars were brutal in the Fred community after this release. I always forget that Flo from the Progressive commercials is Kevin's mom, and I love Flo, so I love her here. And also, John Cena's back. He does pretty good. But what of the new characters brought into the Fred lore? Well, I think Devlin is pretty charming, in spite of the allegations. The dude playing him really hams it up, but he does it in a likable way that Fred himself is lacking. But with the twist ending in mind, did he kill Mrs. Felsen for that teaching position? How much of Fred's evidence was actually legitimate proof? I have to know! This movie has a few hit-or-miss dream sequences. Like, I enjoy the fly Devlin sucking Fred's blood and killing him, and just for the fact that I am almost certain everyone in the audience was embarrassed to be watching it, I love the WWE scene. But then we get to shit like the Twilight parody. Ooh, very funny, guys. That'll show 'em. Still, I mean, this would have just been a standard spooky kids movie to me if it weren't for Fred. Like, I actually think he personally destroys this whole thing. Because the concept of the vampire next door works pretty well, and there's clearly some creativity going on here. It's just that Fred is so unlikable and annoying that it gets in the way. Yes, I am now talking about the wasted potential of Fred 2, Night of the Living Fred. Maybe I'm starting to lose it. You don't gotta watch this one. Find something else this October. My unwavering support for Fred has come to an end with this rewatch. Bye, Ski!